What's up guys, it's Kyra and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, you guys, we're going to be doing a full face of first impression video. I always love doing these videos because I love trying out new stuff from brands that I haven't tried before or brands that, you know, come up with new products. And today we'll be using a new Morphe palette. We'll be using some goodies from Laura Mercier, some goodies from Physicians Formula, and also some goodies from CoverGirl as well. So a nice little range of products. Of course, everything that I'm using today I haven't actually tried before, so I am very excited to basically not only try it on camera for you guys, but also to give you guys my first impressions and thoughts on the product. So brows are done, face is primed and ready to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the very first product, which is the Morphe 39A palette. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys saw when I first got this palette, and I have been super excited to try it on myself. And you guys, look at this gorgeous color range. I have an idea of the color palette that I want to do, so you guys will see that. But just look at this. Isn't that so gorgeous? And this palette, you guys, is actually really big. Like, just for size comparison, here's the Jaclyn Hill palette and here's 39A. So you see how much bigger it is compared to the Jaclyn Hill palette. I believe it's classified as a pro palette, but I mean, still a gorgeous palette nonetheless. And it has such a gorgeous shade range. There's plums, there's some pinks, there's some browns. I love this whole middle row of matte browns. I think this is like what sold me on it, because we all know different browns work on different skin tones. So the fact that I have a nice array of browns to work on various skin tones is awesome. And it's just a really nice range of mattes and shimmers. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in and we'll go ahead and get started. So I think I'm gonna play in the olive green tones within the palette. The palette did come with the clear plastic insert that had all the color names on them, but they're not actually on the palette, which kind of sucks. I wish they had it like at least on the back of the palette so you kind of see, you know, what the name of each shade is, but neither here or there. I'm gonna go in first, I think, with one of the soft brown shades here in the center. I'm gonna take this soft brown over here towards the right of the palette, pop this in my crease, and this will be, you know, my transition shade for all of my other tones. And here I'm using a Morphe M441 brush. I'm just blending this into the crease and in towards the nose. I love the shade of brown and I love the way that it's building up. Like, I'm kind of starting off with a little bit and applying more as I see fit, and I love the way that it's building up. Alrighty, now I'm gonna go with a Morphe M433 brush. I'm gonna go in now with this lighter olive shade here in the palette. Pop that, oh my gosh, you guys, I don't know, have I ever worn green? Like a matte green on my eyes? I actually don't think I've ever worn like a matte green on my eyes before, now I'm thinking about it. So I'm like super excited for this look. Y'all look at that shade. So stinking gorgeous. This is literally the perfect undertone. And as you'll see, I am keeping it closer into the crease. I'm not bringing it up too far up into the brow bone. I want to keep it like, kind of like right there in the crease area. That color is so pretty. And I'm also in the crease, you guys. I'm kind of applying it in windshield wiper motions and then blending it out in circular motions. Now, I think I want to maybe do like a halo eye, like a slight halo maybe. I'm gonna take a really small shader brush, kind of carve out the center of the lid there. I gotta like really get close so I can make sure this is right. It doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. Not at all. Just make sure that you kind of have some kind of definition in the center of the lid. Okay, I'm gonna take a larger shader brush and dip into this bronze shade down here in the palette. Pack that all over the center of the lid. Oh, this is so pigmented. You guys see that? And I didn't even spray my brush. And you see how even though my concealer wasn't perfect, I could kind of clean up that line with the shadow. The small brush in that shadow. Alrighty, so there are both eyes. Of course, I have to go ahead and kind of blend out. Actually, no. Before I do that, I'm going to go back in with this deeper olive green metallic shade down here and kind of apply this on the outer edges of that halo. So I'm just taking it and applying it on the outer portion. So that way that bronze kind of fades into that olive green a little better. I'm just packing this on the inner and outer portion of that lid and kind of fading it in towards the bronze. I'm going to now clean up those edges with that first green shade. Apply a little bit more in the crease. And I actually may just pop a little bit of this deeper olive green matte shade using that same small flat shader brush here. Actually, no, I'm gonna take a little bit of a take a pencil brush instead. And just apply that right here in the inner and outer portion. And I'm bringing it all the way around the crease. Pencil brush right in the inner corner to deepen up that area. Blend out those harsh edges, you guys. Don't forget to blend, blend, blend. Make sure everything looks nice and seamless. Alrighty, and last but not least is going to be my brow bone shade. I'm going to take this light peach shade down here. It is a matte. And just pop that into my brow bone. That's a pretty brow bone shade. Okay. Alrighty, so our eyes are done for now, and it's like a little bit tedious, but I like the detail in the work. I've mentioned before I love, love, love the shade range. And you guys, those colors blended out so easily, and I have very, 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 very little fallout. Like I have just a smidget down here in the inner parts of, you know, where my eyes are, but it's very, very minimal. And then next up is going to be foundation. So for foundation, I'll be using foundations that I received from Physicians Formula. I actually received this PR package earlier this week, and there's a lot of stuff in here. But basically, I received their full range of the Healthy Foundation. It is a foundation that has SPF in it, and I did get their entire shade range. I believe it's 16 shades. 16 shades. It has SPF 20 in it, and it's a skin-loving, healthy formula that provides flawless coverage. It has hyaluronic acid in it, which is, of course, to plump and hydrate. And then it also has antioxidant blend, which is to condition for healthy coverage. So I think that for shade, I'm probably somewhere in here, probably. I think these are too deep for me, so I'm gonna just do a couple swatches real quick and see which one works best for me. This is the shade DW2. Way too light. I'm gonna go up 2 more shades. I'm gonna do DN4, maybe better. That's pretty close. Ooh, I think that's it, you guys. This is DN3, which I think is gonna be too light as well. So let's just see. Yeah, that's a little bit too light as well. So my shade in this foundation is DN4. All right, there we go. Now to blend, I'm gonna take my Sigma flat kabuki brush, one of my favorite foundation brushes, spray it with some Urban Decay Chill setting spray, and just blend this all in. That it's honestly a pretty close match, honestly. It's a little bit, just a smidget orange and undertone for me, or red and undertone for me. Actually, both undertone for me. But it's not too far off from my natural skin tone, you see what I'm saying? So it's a pretty good match. I may apply a little bit of DN3 down here just to help blend into my neck a bit better. I actually like the way that it feels on my skin. I like the way that it blended out, and I really like the coverage. Like, it's a really good coverage. I'd say this is full coverage in my opinion, because I don't see any kind of blemishes peeping through. So that's that. Now for concealer, I'll be trying a new concealer. This one may be a little bit too light, but I'll adjust it as needed. This is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and they sent me the shade 2W. It looks like this. So again, it may be a bit too bright, but I will make it work. And it actually may work out since the foundation is a little bit too dark for me. I may, you know, it may look fine. So apply this to my typical highlighted areas, which is under my eye, bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. Now again, this is not a shade that I would normally pick myself, obviously too bright. And you guys know I don't go this light with my concealer, but I'm going to make it work. Of course, go ahead and blend this out. And just so you guys know, if you guys do ever have a concealer that is too bright, there's 2 ways that I would personally fix it. One is setting it with a darker powder, like setting with a powder that's your skin tone, because what'll happen is it'll tone down the shade of the concealer. Or you can go over the concealer with like a beauty blender that has a little bit of your foundation on it. But aside from the shade, coverage is bomb. It blended out perfectly. Like, that looks really, really, really nice. Now that I'm looking at it, I don't really have to do anything else to it. I think it's because since the foundation was actually darker and I blended my life away with my little beauty sponge, it kind of actually melted into my foundation a bit to create a nice natural highlighted area. So to set my highlighted areas, I'm gonna take this new powder from Laura Mercier. It is the Secret Brightening Powder for Under Eyes. And we will see how this is. I think it has like particles in it that actually helps to really brighten up that area. I'm gonna, I want you to look up, blend out those creases. Okay, and set those areas. So I can say personally that definitely does brighten, and it actually gives a really, really nice finish. Like, it doesn't look heavy under my eyes at all, which I like. This is the powder that, in my opinion, I don't have to bake with. I don't really need to bake with this one because the way that it instantly lifts anyways. So I apply a little bit extra on this side to bake, but like over here, it looks good just as is, honestly. Yeah, I really like that powder. Like, I don't know what's in it or like what makes it do it, but it like really just smooths out underneath the eye. I really, really like that. Okay, so the brightening powder, I like. The concealer, I like. Not the right shade, but I really, really like it. And clean up the inner and outer corners of the eyes, just in case I removed any shadow with foundation concealer. I'm gonna actually take the Urban Decay Gel Glide Liner in Overdrive and apply it to my waterline. I feel like the green waterline would really complement this look. Okay, and then take a pencil brush and a little bit of that first olive shade that we applied, the lighter of the two olive matte shades. I'll apply that right along the lash line and smudge out that gel liner. There's not really, that's the only thing about this palette, which I guess is a good thing because I feel like most palettes do have like a lighter shimmer champagne shade. This palette doesn't, so I may just go ahead and take this kind of chocolate metallic up here and pop that. Yeah, that's different. Okay, and then last but not least is going to be my lips. I recently received, you guys, this huge PR package from CoverGirl, and it has all of their new, it has all their new lipsticks in it. I believe it's called the Exhibitionist Lipstick Collection. It has 48 shades and it's available in 3 different finishes. It's cream, metallic, and demi matte. And it also includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lip liners. So there's 2 nudes, there's the pink, there's a deeper pink, there's a red, and like 3 plum shades. So as far as the lip liners go, I'm honestly not a huge fan of them just because I feel like besides this deep plum here, maybe this red, there's not really many that are chocolate girl friendly. So I may just go ahead and do a lipstick from their collection, and this one right here is pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips first with Cork by MAC. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with Decadent Peach from that Exhibitionist collection. And this is a cream lipstick. Okay, so I can tell you that the cream finishes are a little bit too sheer for my personal preference. It's a pretty shade, don't get me wrong, it's just not as opaque as I want it to be. Not enough coverage for me. Really pretty though. And a really pretty like everyday lipstick as far as the finish goes, but for this full glam look, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna go in with Streaker, which is another demi matte. This is a little bit more rosy. And apply this on top. Yeah. I like this finish better. Not my favorite combo. I just wish that more of them were demi matte because the creams are just a little bit too sheer. I think I may go ahead and top it with a lip gloss. And I also received a bunch of the lip glosses from Laura Mercier. I think I like this one right here. It's the shade Opal. I'm gonna just pop this on top of this. Alright guys, I went ahead and popped on my falsies. For false lashes, I'm using the Miss 3D Volume Lash in the style M360. I've been wearing these a lot lately, you guys. And these have instantly become some of my holy grails. I love, love, love these bad boys. And yeah, you guys, here is my final look using all of my new goodies from Morphe, CoverGirl, Positions Formula, and Laura Mercier. I really, really am digging this look, you guys. It's like Very, very dramatic. Definitely not your everyday glam, but really sultry and smoky, and perfect for a nice festive night out. So again, you guys, here is the final look. Here's the full version. I also didn't mention that I did go ahead and set my face with the Urban Decay Shell Setting Spray one last time after I got done setting everything. And here's the final look. So honestly, I am pleased with everything that I used. The palette, I think you guys kind of got an idea of like how I feel about that. Absolutely love and recommend. I mean, even from first impressions of using it, I mean, the color payoff is amazing. It blended out amazingly, and honestly, you can create so many different looks with just this one palette and just this shade range. In person, this foundation looks so good. Like, the finish is amazing. It is full coverage. It doesn't feel heavy at all. It's not super matte, which I think is great, especially for this time of the year. And it just creates a really nice, even, smooth finish, which I really like. Plus, I love the concealer. Again, a bit too light for my personal preference, but I made it work with the darker foundation. The coverage, again, this is definitely full coverage, and it gives a really nice smooth finish to the skin. Brightening powder, amazing. I'll be using that over and over and over again. The only thing that I wasn't the hugest fan of was the lipsticks from CoverGirl. I typically love everything of theirs. It's just, I don't know, it's just, you guys know me. I love, if I'm doing a full glam look, I prefer matte finishes when it comes to lipsticks, and I like a really thick, opaque finish. And I didn't really get that with the cream. This is the Decadent Peach cream finish or the Streaker Demi Matte. I personally prefer their liquid lipsticks over their exhibitions collection. So that is it for my full face of first impressions, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, give this video a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And lastly, if you haven't already, you guys do enjoy my videos, go ahead and click the little bell icon down below. That is the notification icon. And if you guys do enjoy my videos, then if you click that button, you'll be notified every time I upload a video and post something new here on my channel, and you'll be the first to know. So I will go ahead and shut up, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.